Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have our April love predictions, and I do apologize that this video is a little late. I know today is already April 5th. I try to get these out before the month hits, but things have been a little hectic, so I haven't had a chance to record this yet. But I wanted to make sure that I at least did get this out there. So this is actually going to be for all of you singles out there. So this is for what your love life is going to look like for the month of April. So if you've been curious as to whether or not you're going to meet someone, or maybe somebody that you're talking to or dating, if you want to kind of see where this is going to lead, this is the video for you. So we have 3 piles for you guys to select from today. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Now, the crystals that are in front are there in case you guys would like to choose based off the crystals. You guys can also choose based off the piles that are laid out in front. My strongest recommendation would be to go off of your intuition, not just your sight, just because those do tend to be the most accurate readings for you, is if you just go based off what you're feeling most drawn to. The crystals that I have laid out, the first one is a red jasper. The second one is rose quartz. And the last one is blue howlite. So if you need to, go ahead and pause the video to take a moment to figure out which pile is yours. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with pile 1. So I'm going to go ahead and place the crystals on top. And we're going to move these guys off to the side. All right, so group 1, if you guys chose the red jasper, this is your pile selection. I do apologize if you can hear a lot of rain, maybe some thunder in the background. We're experiencing a lot of rain right now, so that is what's going on. So with these selections, I decided to use 3 different tarot decks, so for each pile. So the tarot deck that you guys have is the Goddess tarot deck. So we're going to take a look to see what you guys have. You have Temptation, which is also known as the Devil in this deck. The Princess of Wands, or Staves, which is, I believe, considered the Page of Wands. Princess of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and Queen of Cups. Okay. Let's take a look at the rest of your oracle cards. So we have, for your Sacred Destiny, we have Patience. Okay. And Stand Still. Okay, so there might be a little bit of stalling going on, or just feeling like you're kind of stuck, but this could be for a reason, which is why there's that patience there. But we'll get into this a little bit more. Let's look at your Romance Angel Oracle cards. You guys have Keep an Open Mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay. We have Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Ooh. And this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay, so perhaps you guys, like we were talking about earlier, if you are talking to someone, this could be that potential one. If you have not met anyone, you could be meeting someone soon. We're going to go into that a little bit more in depth here. And then I also have my astrological oracle cards just to kind of give us a little bit more indication to see what kind of sign could be playing a role here. We have Mars, okay, and Cancer. So we could be dealing with a Cancer. So either you yourself are a Cancer to validate that you've chosen the select pile, or the person in question could be a Cancer. And Mars. So we're going to look into the booklet because I don't know 100% as to like what Mars indicates, but we'll get that and I'll read that to you guys after. And then for your Lovers Oracle cards, we have quite a few. So we have Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow You will be surprised where it leads. Okay, so I feel like this kind of correlates a little bit with that patience card that came up earlier. So there could be something going on where you might be feeling a little impatient at the moment and maybe not understanding why certain things are happening the way that they are. But this is trying to tell you to trust that. All right, let's go. We've got sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Ooh, so there's some sexual chemistry here. We have sacred admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Ooh, okay. And sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Okay. So group one, we've got a lot going on here for you guys so far. And I'm really liking this. So let's take a look at your tarot cards and we'll go ahead and dive into everything else. So you guys have the Devil card. First one that came up. So the Devil card in this spread typically means that there is something possibly within your current situation, and obviously with this, because this is more so a love reading, I would say that perhaps you tend to go for like the same type of person. Okay. Now what I mean by that is think about when the whole like bad boy type thing, he's not great for you, but yet you keep going for him because he looks good. There's just like that undeniable attraction to them because they're considered like the bad boy. Okay. That's kind of what, at play here. And I think that's just an indicator that, hey, you're kind of looking for the wrong qualities. And one of the things that sticks out to me is the keep an open mind card. So I think what this is trying to tell you guys is that if you're finding that you are going for the same type of person and the relationships don't always tend to work out because they are one specific type, perhaps you need to broaden your horizons a little bit more. Okay. You guys have two page cards here. You have the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. With these cards in particular, what's interesting is that there's some new opportunities coming your way. So this can indicate there could be two possible love interests or making themselves known to you. So you could be having more options. And again, keeping an open mind. They might be different than what you typically are used to dating, or who you typically consider, dating, or maybe looking at in a sexual way or anything like that. So I think for this month, it's really going to be crucial for you guys to have that open mind. And I think you guys might be surprised at how well you have this instant chemistry or instant connection with this person, whomever they may be. But if you're so focused on, no, I like what I like, this is the only thing for me, I'm determined to make it work, you're going to continue to go through this, negative cycle of, unfortunately bad relationships. So I think with the Devil card coming into play here, this is just a really, indicator for you that, hey, you need to recognize that perhaps this just isn't working out. You maybe need to broaden your horizons a little bit more and see what else is actually out there. And you might actually find somebody, that is the one, that is the person that you've ultimately been looking for or been wanting in a relationship. Okay. The Queen of Cups is a really good card here too, because to me, she's a very, emotionally loving woman. Like, to me, I feel like this kind of would speak to you as the person watching this. If you're a female, male, doesn't matter. Just kind of think of like that nurturing, loving energy here. If you have been on a path where you've been looking for somebody, but things just haven't necessarily worked out, I get the sense that you have, a lot of love to give. You have, a very strong, sense of belief that, love is out there. It's just, hasn't always necessarily been what you've been hoping for because of previous maybe bad relationships, right? And perhaps you are at a standstill because you're not quite sure what to do at the moment or how you're ever going to meet someone. But realistically, I think for this month, one of the main focuses for you guys is that you're going to have to kind of, be patient, one, and two, just have that open mind. Really take a look around you. Maybe there is somebody around you who that, is a friend, and maybe, they've been flirting a little bit more, as of recently, and, they might not be your type. But I think if you give it a chance, you might be surprised that they could be the one. So that's just, one thing to consider with the whole Secret Admirer card here too. And like I said, there's always going to be like the ups and downs of, dating. That's just the truth of the matter. It's always like that. You're always trying to figure out what works for you, what doesn't. But I feel like in this case, because you guys have these two pages coming into play, these are talking about something new, something exciting. It's oftentimes youthful, very playful energy. So I get the sense that, there's going to be some dating going on here, but it's going to be, positive. It's going to be, overall, there's going to be some chemistry here, and perhaps there's going to be, some type of union. So there's definitely a lot of positivity. Now, I do want to bring up the Mars card here that we have. So like I said, I wanted to take a look to see in my little booklet that I have, to see what exactly this indicates. Let's see. Okay. So here's a little booklet here. So I was just going to read, as the god of war and strategy, Mars is the representation of energy, power, and action. The red planet brings the force of will to the zodiac, and the influence of Mars gives the ability to move forward, push through, and conquer barriers to success. Taken to extremes, this can lead to overpowering and crushing others in a quest toward victory. The impulse to make war or express anger in an unjust way is the shadow side of Mars. Righteous forcefulness and courage are the positive aspects, with the negative aspects being violence, conflict, and harsh aggression. When Mars appears in your oracle readings, let its strength and vigor carry you towards your goals. Okay, so this is just more so some determination for you here. So this card coming into play could be that sense of, just kind of pushing you, or maybe giving you that little push that you may need, to move forward in this case, especially when it comes to being more open-minded about, dating somebody that you wouldn't have maybe considered dating before. You might be pleasantly surprised. And especially from what we see here, we've got sexual union, sacred union. I mean, there's definitely true potential here for a very positive outcome for a relationship. So group one, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please let me know in the comment section down below if this resonated with you. I would love to hear if it did. And yeah, let me know, have you met this person, because there's a possibility for some of you guys that you may already know this person, or you could have already started talking to them. So hopefully, things do work out. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you are not already. And I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and we're moving on to the next group. All right, so group two, if you guys chose the rose quartz, this is your reading. So we're going to start with your tarot cards, and then we are going to move on to your oracle cards. So let's see. All right, so for your tarot cards, we have Death, the Magician, okay, Five of Wands in reverse, ooh, an Ace of Pentacles. All right, so some changes are coming about, guys. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. So for your Sacred Destiny Oracle, we have Power. Very fitting for a day like today. We got some lightning and thunder going on earlier. New beginnings, yep. So like we talked about, there's some new changes, new beginnings coming about here. We'll talk about that a little bit more in depth here in a moment. Let's take a look at your Romance Angel Oracle cards. You have, it is safe for you to love, open your heart to give, and receive the highest energy of all. Okay. And you deserve love. You are lovable. Yes, you guys are. All right, let's look at your astrological oracle cards. We have two. We have Sagittarius. Okay, so you or the person that could be playing a role this month, it could be a Sagittarius or Aries. We also have Aries. So again, these are just validations that either you yourself are Sagittarius or Aries, or the person that you are talking to or could be meeting could be either or. So just take what resonates. And then for your Lover's Oracle cards, we have, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Ooh, okay. Freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Yeah, so it seems like there is some change here. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Okay. I'll put this over here to the side. All right, so group 2. So one of the things that stood out to me right away was the fact that we had the Death card and the Ace of Pentacles. So, and of course the New Beginnings card. So there's definitely been some sort of shift recently. Some sort of change has happened. Starting with the Death card. Now the Death card doesn't mean an actual physical death. What the Death card indicates is actually a change, an ending of something. So whether this means an ending of a cycle, or an ending of a relationship, something ended, but it was a necessary ending. Out of these endings comes new beginnings, okay? Something new. So you have the Magician here, which is all about manifesting, making things into reality. So it's like having all the pieces necessary to move forward, or, to make these necessary changes, right? So what I'm sensing here is that there could have been a either recent breakup or a recent ending. And perhaps now you're at a place where you feel comfortable enough to actually move forward, or, maybe meet someone. Okay. So if you've been having some sort of hesitation because of, again, I'm not sure how recent this ending could have happened for some of you. This could have just been a few months ago. This could have been, maybe a few weeks ago. I'm not 100% sure. Again, just kind of take how it will for you. But if there was a recent ending, either of talking to someone or an actual relationship, I feel like for some of you guys, there's this sense of hesitation on whether or not you feel like you're ready to get yourself back out there. Okay. And for some of you, that hesitation has kind of pulled you back a little bit about whether or not you should put yourself back out onto the, dating scene. Because I feel like this was a little bit of a, tough situation to let go from. What I mean by that is, I think, for those of you who were in a relationship that did just recently end, I feel like it was something that you really cared about this person. And in fact, I think for some of you guys, you definitely did love them. And it just didn't end maybe the way that you had hoped, or expected it to. I don't want to say hope, because it's not like we ever really hope to end a relationship. I know that sounds silly, but what I mean by that is that, anytime we come to that point where we know a relationship isn't working, the hope is that you can do it, respectfully, amicably, or whatever, and go your separate ways. However, in this situation, that may not have been the case, because we've got the card here that says you deserve love. I feel like this is a reminder, especially to those of you who need to hear it, that you are capable of love, and you do deserve to find love and happiness. We all do. Right. And sometimes, when we're kind of at this standstill, or we're at this point where like, well, should I even make the effort, or is anybody even going to want to be with me? I feel like this card will come up, and it kind of it's more so like that reminder to you that, hey, no, you do deserve this, and it's okay. So I feel like, for some of you guys, there was that sense that you just needed to know if this was the right path for you to be okay to move on. And I'm getting the sense that yes, it is. Okay. Again, we have the look inside yourself card, what says examine what is causing you to feel this way. So like we talked about a little bit earlier, if you're finding that you're just hesitant on whether or not you deserve happiness, or if you feel you just don't feel 100% comfortable, putting yourself back out there again, there could be a reason to just want, reevaluate your whole situation and understand that you do deserve to be happy. You do deserve to love again, find happiness, and all of that. Okay. All right. Then you have the Five of Wands in reverse. So the Five of Wands typically is more of like a conflict card, meaning like there's like a lot going on. This could be people fighting around you, conflict or whatnot. But when it's in the reverse position, it means the conflict has subsided, like it's done. So for me, I'm getting this sense that there could obviously have been some sort of conflict that resulted in the ending of this relationship or whatever it may be. But it has subsided. It's, I feel like more so in the past, but it still kind of maybe weighs heavy on you, which is why for some of you guys, there's this sense of like, can I move on, or am I going to experience this again in my next relationship or whatnot? The ultimate thing here I do want to pay attention to is the Freedom card, saying that there's nothing stopping you, that the path is clear if you want it to be. So even though this whole situation, whatever it was, could still be weighing on you to some degree, know that you are free from that. You've moved on, and it's okay to do so. You have the power to move forward, to make yourself happy, to do whatever it is, respectfully that you can for yourself to be happy, right? And I feel like for this month, especially for a lot of you guys, group 2, this is going to be about you regaining your sense of power. Power in the sense of like you having full control over your happiness and how you want to share that with others. Okay. So we do have some new beginnings here, which I think is really exciting because you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about new beginnings, right? So this could be very well a new beginning for a relationship or just talking to someone. So this month, there is a very good possibility that you guys could meet someone and actually start, a new relationship. Now, it doesn't always have to be 100% that, because I get the bigger sense, because you've got 2 new beginning cards really strongly here. This could also just be a new beginning for you, whether that means being single and just embracing that, and feeling confident again within yourself. Once you've gained that sense of confidence again, trust me, you finding a relationship won't be difficult, because you will know what it is that you want, what you don't want, and overall you're confident enough, to wait for it. It doesn't have to be something that you're going to be fully dependent on, right? It's going to be something that you're going to appreciate and enjoy the moment that it comes. So there's definitely some good potential here for you guys, group 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please let me know if any of this resonated with you. I would love to hear down in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this, please give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps my channel, and I do truly appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and we're going to move on to our final group. All right, group 3. So if you guys chose the blue howlite crystal, this is your reading. We're going to move that guy off to the side. And we're going to start with your tarot cards, and then we'll go into your oracle cards. So we have 6 of Pentacles, Temperance, the Tower, the Chariot, the Fool, and the Empress. You guys have a lot going on here. Okay, let's take a look at your oracle cards. I feel like we need a little bit more clarification with this because there's quite a bit going on here, guys. All right, so you guys have for your Sacred Destiny oracle cards, we have blessings. Yep, saw that there with the Empress. Let's see, what else do we have? Stillness and security. Okay. Let's take a look at your Romance Angel Oracle cards. First one we have is Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay. And reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Maybe we need to pay attention to red flags with that. I don't know. We'll see. All right, next we have your astrological oracle cards. You guys have 3. The first one we have is Pisces. Okay, so there could be a Pisces playing a role this month, either or yourself or a Pisces, Capricorn, and Saturn. Okay, so we're going to take a look. We got some Saturn energy coming into play here. All right, and last but not least, you have your Lover's Oracle cards. We have Wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Okay. Only time will tell. And deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Okay. So group 3, you guys have quite a bit going on. I think you guys have probably more than what the other 2 groups had. So we're going to take a look at what's going on here. Okay. So let's start with the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles is about usually like helping others, kind of being in a place where you're able to kind of help others out. And so I feel like this is more so talking about you guys. Perhaps I feel like for some of you or most of you, you guys are the type of person that is always willing to help others when in need. And you do anything and everything you can for them, whether that is as a friend, family member, or even as a partner in a relationship. You're more so, I would say, like the giver. Okay. And I feel like because of that, things may not have always really worked out when it comes to relationships, especially obviously this is a singles reading. So either you could be talking to somebody right now, still in the early stages, or you actually still, are single. We have the Temperance card, which to me tells me like you've been waiting for quite a while for somebody or something to come along. And I'm getting the sense that with the Tower card, you guys could have experienced maybe not the best of luck when it comes to relationships. Anytime the Tower card comes into play, it usually refers to like some type of catastrophic change. Now, this could, be maybe traumatic. It could be, pretty serious. But, there's different levels or different variations depending on how you interpret it. But overall, to me, anytime I see the Tower card pop up, I just think there was some sort of sudden drastic change. You can take with it however you will, but that's more so the vibe and sense that I get with that. So with this change, we have the Chariot. Now, the Chariot coming into play is all about making choices on which direction to go in. Oftentimes, the Chariot is very movement, or forward movement or moving, in the sense that, you are trying to move forward. The problem is that I get the sense that because of something could have been very traumatic in your life with a possible previous relationship, or maybe you just like had a string of bad relationships, whatever they may be, it's hard for you to know which direction to now go in. Okay. And that's why there could be some stillness coming into play here, right? Because it's just like, well, things just haven't been going very well. So what do I do? Do I just say, screw it, I'm going to go ahead, just kind of close my eyes and pick and go that way. And that very well could be for some of you just the direction you're choosing to go in, because it's just like, you know what, I've done all I can. I've been patient. I've gone through, hell and back, and I'm just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna let, life take, the wheel at this point, right? So with the Fool card kind of coming into play here, that to me kind of tells me that some of you guys are very much thinking of doing just that. Like, you know what? If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just going to no longer really care too much, okay? Which in reality, especially if you've gone through quite a bit, that is kind of a, more optimistic approach, to moving forward, or to try to like, put yourself back out there into like the dating scene and things like that. That's optimistically what you want to do, right? But the thing is also like, you don't want to like make something happen, or, really, take charge in that. And I'm getting the sense that for a lot of you, that's not really what's going on, because I think you are very patient with the Temperance card here, and the fact that you have, only time will tell, and you have this reminder here of waiting, not to rush into things, right? So I'm getting the sense that overall you guys are pretty patient people, but for some of you, you might have just kind of reached your limit, like, I'm over this, I don't want to be single anymore, I'll just either maybe I'll give my ex a chance again, or whatever, just maybe be a little bit more cautious and not jump the gun, so to speak, if you're at that point where you've kind of reached your limit, because there are some of you that may need to kind of wait, okay? And then we have the Empress card. So the Empress to me is about, fruition, new beginnings, blessings, right? So what's great about that is there is some sort of blessing coming your guys' way for sure in the month of April. Now, whether this does mean you starting a new relationship or meeting somebody that you could maybe really hit it off with, there is going to be something there, right? But you just have to ultimately trust the flow of things, trust that things will organically happen, okay? Now, I feel like with these two cards that came up, with the reconciliation and pay attention to red flags, I feel like this came up for just some of you, primarily those that are maybe considering going back to an ex relationship, maybe because you're just tired of being single, or like, maybe it's just been a really long time and you're like, well, screw it, maybe I can just go back for some fun, things like that. I think these are reminders that, remember what those red flags were. Remember why you guys are exes in the first place, and really think about, like, is it worth it? Is it worth putting yourself back into a situation that, maybe just wasn't the right fit, or, you know what I mean? So it's just, take what you will. I think that was a, specific message for certain people, but, if that doesn't apply to you, and you are ready to move forward and meet someone, just trust that things are going to happen in their due time. And I think maybe by the end of the month, you guys will see some sort of blessing coming about. Okay. Now, I don't want to freak you guys out, because obviously, as you could see with the Empress, it does appear that she is pregnant. This also is considered a fertile card. So it can mean pregnancy. However, if you guys are new, or like into a new relationship, I doubt that like right off the bat you're gonna get pregnant, but I don't want to like scare anyone and say like for sure that's gonna happen. I can't say that. So just be cautious, pay attention to any red flags, okay? But overall, group 3, it seems like you guys do have some blessings coming your way. So definitely be patient, and only time will tell how things work out. So let me know if any of this does resonate with you, if any of this happens for you. I would truly, truly love to know. I think the only thing I missed real quick was the security card. Sorry, I just realized that. I was like, I don't think I really talked about this. So, I feel like this sense of security here is more so kind of like just how you guys are feeling you know, with trying to move forward, like, do you feel secure enough within yourself, you know, either to start a new relationship or, you know, maybe going back to an old relationship? You know, I think there's that strong main thing that wants to come into play as to like, do I feel secure enough in this situation? So that's really what that was meant for. I'm so sorry I didn't really touch upon that earlier, so I do apologize. But I do want to also talk about the Saturn card here as well. So Saturn energy is going to, I think, be like the main focus for this month for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and look into my little booklet here, because I can never just remember off the top of my head what means what. So we're going to take a look. Okay, so we have the Saturn card. So these primarily, so we have Saturn in Pisces, and we also have Saturn in Capricorn. So let's see. Saturn in Capricorn, slow down, you have plenty of time. Oh, well, so another indication that, yep, there needs to be a lot of slowing down here. And Saturn in Pisces, do not waste time in fruitless longing. Okay, so wow, I didn't really expect that to be what that's meant. So this energy here is really just re-emphasizing to all of you guys to have more patience and to slow down. That's a wow. I'm actually really surprised that that's what, you know, what that message was, because you guys have a lot here telling you that time just needs to go on its own, you know, to wait, slow down. So, wow. Okay, group 3. What a reading. Let me know if any of this resonated with you guys. I would love to hear how this did. If it did. If you guys have any questions or recommendations for future videos, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear them if you guys have any. And then, yeah, if you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps out my channel, and like you guys wouldn't believe. I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next one. Okay, bye.